Hey guys, Jim here. Seems like the last few videos I've done, I have somehow turned into this pseudo audio engineer for gaming, and I'm okay with that. It's a title I gladly accept. The last few videos I've done regarding anything with Astro or Pulse 3D or PlayStation 5 sound settings have frankly blown up my little channel into a little bit bigger little channel. And in spirit of continuing that and reading the many comments I've gotten from you guys, thank you for each and every one of those. One of the most common questions I've been getting is regarding my Astro MixAmp, specifically what equalizer settings do I use when playing Call of Duty. And it's no secret that I have been very vocal about my love for Astro and how my Astro has given me a significant competitive advantage in both Call of Duty Modern Warfare and in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So what you're looking at here is a website known as the ZEFERENCE. And I have been following this guy, Zalius, for a long time. And he or she has put together a website where you can just press a button and download this file that will automatically put the equalizer settings right onto your MixAmp. Now, if you don't want to do that, I've gone ahead and taken the liberty and taken a screenshot for you of what that equalizer setting looks like. I want to caveat this. This is not the current equalizer setting that I am using. So what you're going to do, if you want to use this setting, remember, Astro has 4 presets. So what I recommend is try to mix and match, put 4 new presets on your Astro, play a couple rounds, press the button, try the next setting, try the next setting, try the next setting to see which one you like. I've actually fine-tuned mine ever so slightly, a couple times actually, and I think I've gotten it to a pretty good place, but I want to show you guys what he or she recommends as far as what they think is the Call of Duty. This is their version 1.2. This is like the latest and greatest. Is it 1.2 or 12? I'm sorry, let me verify. Yeah, 1.2B as of 2020, this year, back in May. So what they recommend is you can adjust this on the MixAmp by just selecting and changing the levels. You have the different frequencies that are listed here across the top. Remember that Astro MixAmps offer presets on 5 frequencies. There are different MixAmps / digital analog converters that do offer even more frequencies to select from. What I'm focusing on is the Astro frequency. And here you have it. I'm just going to read these numbers across because it's grayscale. It's kind of hard to read. -2, -2, +2, +5, and -2. Now what this setting will do, and I have played with this one, this is not my particular favorite right now. This is what they want to call the sound whoring. This is going to extremely amplify certain sound effects, particularly gun reloads, particularly weapon, footsteps, and sliding and jumping. Anything that frequency is boosted up. Clearly you can see there, and everything else is dropped way down. Now, I'm not a big fan of this because to me, this sacrifices too much of everything else that makes the game enjoyable. But I feel like if you really want to get that just pure sound setting, if you use this preset on your Astro, I promise you, you will hear people way before they hear you. It will be at the detriment. Some of your guns will sound a little tinny. Some of the explosions will sound a little tinny. When you are getting the voiceover commands, if you have those enabled, where your NPCs are like, hey, enemy spotted here, or UAV online, or, Captain Price, or sometimes they'll get on like, hey, get it together, or whatever. Or even in Modern War, even in Black Ops, where you'll have, I don't know the guy's name, Stone or Sloan, where he gets on, he's like, hey, you got to pick it up. We're about to lose. This isn't our play. All those voices will sound weird, but the footsteps will be through the roof. I didn't like this. And I want to preface this by saying that, not preface this, I'm 4 minutes in. I want to say that your mileage will vary. Your ear is different than my ear. you will hear things differently. So do not take this as the be all end all definitive gospel. It's what I found works best for me personally. This is the actual setup that I use right now. And this one I really do like. It's similar to the other one. You'll notice again here, this one frequency is through the roof, but I've brought everything else up. I think what this does to me is this makes all the noise a lot louder, but it still amplifies that footstep piece. It's not as defined as the other one, but it does it in a way that I feel makes the explosion sound richer. The shooting of the gun, the loudness, the explosions has a nice like vibration to it. And obviously the footsteps is through the roof. Now with this particular build, this is the one I use. I'm gonna read these numbers too, because again, it's grayscale. +4, -1, +4, +7, 1. This particular build for me, what I like about it so much, as I mentioned, is all the footstep stuff, but it brings everything else up. With this setup, I can hear when people are reloading a room or two away. And let me tell you, it is essentially cheating how well I can hear, footsteps around me, how fast I can get a beat on somebody. I'm usually shooting before they're through the door because I'm anticipating I can hear them getting louder. It sounds like a freight train through the forest. I can hear it getting quieter, louder, 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 and I'm shooting before the enemy comes through the door. And as a result, this is legitimate cheating, in my opinion. It is a insanely, insanely powerful competitive edge. There's another preset that I built that I do play with from time to time that I feel is great if you are playing a match of shipment, in particular, if you're still playing Modern Warfare, or if you're playing the new Call of Duty mode where on Cold War, what do they call it? Not firebomb. Is it firebomb? Where you drop it, where you have to collect the nukes and put the plutonium and uranium in the little boxes. Either that or even the zombies mode is really fun. Their directional sound isn't as important, and just hearing the overall sound of a very rich, loud sound is really cool. That's this particular preset that I have. This actually was an old preset from that link that I will post in the description below from Zalius. He named this, or she named this, the Arcturus build. Clearly this guy goes through quite a bit of presets. And this is one I think you would like as well. Keep in mind it will not be as distinct as either of the other two when it comes to footsteps. However, what it will do is it raises everything up. You still get a slight edge with footsteps, but it makes everything sound very rich and very full. You get lots of just general ambiance. You're going to hear a lot of things in the distance you probably wouldn't normally hear. Particularly on zombies mode, this is a lot of fun because, you know, the zombies start pouring in very, very rapidly as you progress through to the later stages. And hearing them so many sounds like an episode of Walking Dead with all their moaning and groaning. It's almost overwhelming, but I do enjoy it. These presets, all positive numbers: +5, +6, +4, +6, +5. I wish Astro did a better job on the command center of differentiating some of these color schemes, why everything's in grayscale. I'm not entirely sure. I guess the last thing that I'll mention is I did not opt for the firmware upgrade to have my Astro run only in the USB mode. I have elected to keep it in an older firmware. The firmware I'm currently running is 34355. This is before all the stuff that they did that, in my opinion, really did damage some of the equalizer presets, particularly with some of the USB. It sounded, from what I've heard, switching over in preparation for the Xbox Series S, Series X, PlayStation 5, radically changed these presets, made them much tinnier, made the overall quality of the MixAmp lower. So I don't have that upgrade. That should not necessarily change your equalizer setting profile, but be aware that if you are using a newer version of the firmware than me, your mileage may vary. But I wanted to put this out there because I've gotten a lot of questions, and I want to close the video again by saying that a lot of this was from this website here. A lot of really good information here, lots of good historical explanations as to why things are the way they are. It's a good starting point. I obviously veered off in a very different direction, but your mileage may vary. But hopefully this gives you guys at least a start. If you do have a MixAmp and you are still using it via an optical connection, I strongly encourage you guys to take a look at this, take a look at some of my presets. It will radically change the way you play a game. And I want to close by saying this doesn't just work for Modern Warfare. I actually use this particular build here. This, I'm sorry, not this one. The last one I showed you guys. I use that almost exclusively when I play action-adventure games. Days Gone, God of War, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It is very rich, vibrant sound. I hope you guys found this video informative. Any questions about any of this or any of the other audio stuff that I have posted, please leave a comment below. I do my best to answer each and every one of you and give you guys the best information I know at the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. And until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.